in essence, I died, and came back. My name is Rafaelito Cruz, and I'm a Perth Amboy police officer. Approximately 5 months ago, I suffered cardiac arrest, and I was treated at Community Medical Center.
So around 3 o'clock in the morning, I heard him making a noise, and I assumed that he was having a nightmare. So I went to gently shake him to try to wake him up from it, and he was just continuing making this strange, not gasping, but it was just this weird gurgling noise kind of, and I was like, what is going on? So then I started shaking him violently. He wouldn't stop making that noise, so that's when I decided to turn on the light on my nightstand, and I realized that his lips were already turning a shade of blue. So then that's when obviously I realized that something was wrong and it wasn't a nightmare. So I grabbed my cell phone and I called 911 right away. Shortly after that, I realized that he started it was more labored and slowing down. What I realize now is that he took his last breath, and that's when I put my head on his chest, and I couldn't hear his heartbeat, and I was checking his pulse through his carotid and his wrist to find the pulse points, and I couldn't find it, so I just jumped into doing CPR.
The sooner CPR is performed, good CPR, the blood gets to the brain and the brain is saved. And this was a remarkable save by Mrs. Cruz. She really stepped up and did a great job on him.
I, wanted my kids to have their dad still. We weren't ready to let him go.
Now that saved his life. There's no question in my mind.
This police sergeant asked EMS where they were going to bring my husband, and they said that they were going to go to community. When they took me to see him, they were still working on him and stuff, but everybody treated us kindly.
When I first met the family, they were in the emergency room. He was on a respirator and back in a normal rhythm. And what we decided to do is what we call cooling the patient, to cool down the body to save some brain cells, slow down the heart rate. And we usually do that over 24 hours. And then after that, we start rewarming.
The miracle is that he opened his eyes the third day, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning, exactly the time that he went into cardiac arrest.
After I woke up from that procedure, then they did a catheterization of my heart.
You have to look at the coronary arteries, and his arteries were essentially clean except for he had what we call spasm of the arteries, or bridging possibly, which is little muscle cells over the artery.
From there, it was determined that they were going to put a defibrillator, and that was done at Beth Israel.
A defibrillator is a device like a pacemaker, except that it has an algorithm in it to look for arrhythmias.
If it were to happen again, well, now I don't need another miracle of Milinda hearing me in the middle of the night. No, I have this here, and it's going to do its job.
That medical staff in the ICU was amazing. They definitely went above and beyond.
The way they treated my family and coworkers and friends that came to visit me, treated her. She was there all those hours. My kids, was absolutely amazing. Here it is, probably the worst time in their lives, and they were shown empathy. I just want in a small way just to say thank you, and that I appreciated the care that they gave for me. My kids could have been without a father, my wife without a husband, and, the care they gave me, I just want to say thank you.